Hello students, Standard 10, Chapter number 2, Polynomials, Exercise 2.3, Question number 1 we already solved in our previous class. Today we solve the question number 2. So first of all we understand the question, then after we solve all the question. Okay. So question is given, check whether the first polynomial, here two polynomial is given. This is the first one, this is the second. As per the question, first polynomial is a factor of second polynomial, right? We have to check it out that first polynomial is a factor of the second polynomial. How? Dividing by the second polynomial, the second polynomial by the first polynomial. That polynomial we have to divide by this one, and we have to check it out this polynomial is a factor of that one or not, right? So how we can say this polynomial is a factor of that one? In which case? In which condition we can say that polynomial is a factor of that one? That thing easily we can understand by the numbers. Look at here. Suppose if I say 6 is a number, right? And 6 2 factor is what? 2 and 3. 2 3 is a 6. So any number is divisible by 2 or any number is divisible by any one of the factor, then what we get? Suppose I say 6 is divided by 2, right? So we get 2 3s are 6 and here we get the 0. Remainder we get the 0. So it means this number is divisible by its factor. In that case we get the remainder as a 0. So for deciding same way in the polynomial, for check it out that polynomial is a factor of that one. For that what we have to check it out, its remainder is 0 or not, right? If its remainder is 0, then we can say this number is a factor of the given number as we defined here. Okay, so same way that polynomial we have to divide by this one, and if its remainder is 0, then we can say first polynomial is a factor of the second one. If its remainder is not 0, then we can say first polynomial is not a factor of the second one. Okay, so in our previous period we do the division of the polynomial. Here given polynomial, so second polynomial we have to write here and first polynomial we have to write here. You check it out, this given polynomial is in a standard form, right? So 2t raised to 4 plus 3t cube minus 2t square minus 9t minus 12. Now first polynomial, which is here is a t term is missing term, so we have to write with the multiplication of 0. So we have to add that t square plus 0 into t minus 3. Now as we defined in our previous class, for finding out the first term of the quotient, what we have to do? First term of the p of t divided by the first term of the divisor polynomial. The given polynomial first term is a 2t raised to 4 and divisor polynomial first term is a t square. So we get the 2t square, right? So that is the first term of the our quotient polynomial. And whatever the first term we get, that term we have to multiply with the divisor polynomials all term. So divisor polynomial is what? T square plus 0 into t minus 3. If you multiply, so 2t square into t square, we get the 2t raised to 4, right? 2t square into 0 into t, so it means we get the 2 into 0 means 0, t square into t means t cube. 2t square into minus 3, so we get the minus 6t square. That all term we have to write here, 2t raised to 4 plus 0 into t cube minus 6t square. So now change the sign, plus sign is become minus, plus sign is become minus, minus sign is become a plus, right? So 2t raised to 4 minus 2t raised to 4 is a 0. Now that term we just multiply with the 0, so that is a 0 only. So here minus 0 or plus 0 we get the 0 only. So that term is what? 3t cube. Here we have to write. Now minus 2t square plus 6t square. Minus plus minus. 6 minus 2 means 4. But bigger number sign we have to consider. So we get the plus 4t square. Remaining two terms we have to write as it is. So minus 9t minus 12. Now whatever the new polynomials, at its first term we have to divide by the divisor polynomial first term. So we get the second term of the quotient, right? So 3t cube is divided by the first term of the divisor t square. So we get the 3t, right? So this is our plus 3t is a then second term of the question, we need to multiply with the divisor polynomials all term, t square plus 0 into t minus 3. So what we get? That 3t is multiplied with t square, so 3t cube. That 3t is multiplied with 0 into t, so we get the 0 into t square. And 3t is multiplied with minus 3, so minus 9t we get. Right? So that all three terms we have to mention here. 3t cube plus 0 into t square minus 9t. Now all terms, all three terms sign we have to change. Plus is become minus is become minus is become a plus. Right? So 3t cube minus 3t, we have to add them. So it is become a 0. Now that term is already 0 into t square means 0, and so we get the plus 4t square. Now minus 90 plus 90, so it is become a 0, right? And minus 12. Okay. Now again, that new polynomial's first term means 4t square. We have to divide by the first term of the divisor. So 4t square divided by t square. So we get the plus 4, which is our third term of the quotient polynomial. And then plus 4 is multiplied with the all these three terms. So we get the 4 into t square is a 4t square. 4 into 0 into t means we get the 0 only because that is a 0. Multiply with 4 we get the 0. Minus 3 into 4 means minus 12. Now change the sign. Here is a plus sign is become a minus, plus sign is become minus, minus sign is become a plus. So plus 4t square minus 4t square 0. That one is a 0. Minus 12 plus 12 is a 0. So that polynomial we divide by this polynomial. At that case we get the remainder polynomial is 0. It means what? This polynomial is a factor of that one. So here we can mention and answer. Here r of x is equal to 0. So we can say t square minus 3. T square minus 3 is a factor of 2t raised to 4 plus 3t cube minus 2t square minus 9t minus 12. Right? So that way we can decide if your remainder is 0, then we can say the first polynomial is a factor of the second polynomial. Here in the question number 2, first polynomial is given this one and second polynomial is this one. So after deciding that, after dividing that polynomial is divided by this one, and you have to check it out its remainder is 0 or not. Right? In that case, in second one it's like the similar first one. In that in the second question you also get the r of x is equal to 0. So that's why I give the in a homework. Okay, so all similar. Now third case. In the third question, as we have to divide first polynomial by that polynomial divided by this one. So we do the first of all division and check it out the given polynomial is in a standard form or not. First term is given x raised to 5, then we require x raised to 4 term, which is missing term. So we add with the multiplication of 0. So x raised to 5 plus 0 into x raised to 4. Then cube recurring term is given, so we write as it is. Square term is given, x term is given, and remaining constant term is given. Here x cube, then after x square term is not there, so we add with the 0. So we get the here x cube plus 0 into x square minus 3x plus 1. Now we divide for finding out the first term of the quotient polynomial. First term of the given p of x divided by the first term of the divisor polynomial. So we get the x square. X raised to 5 divided by x cube. So we get the x square. Now that x square is multiplied with all the given divisor polynomials term. So x square into x cube. So it is become x raised to 5. Now I take the directly, right? We have enough sums already solved, so we can write directly 0x square into x square. So we get the 0 into x raised to 4. Minus 3x into x square. So minus 3x cube. Plus 1 into x square. So we get the plus x square. Now all the terms sign we have to change. Plus is become minus, plus is become minus, minus is become a plus, plus is become a minus. Now see, add all these terms. X raised to 5 minus x raised to 5 is a 0 only. That term is 0 and that term is 0. So we get the 0 only. Minus 4x cube plus 3x cube. Minus plus minus. So 4 minus 3 is a 1. But bigger number sign we have to consider. So we get the minus 1 into x cube. Now plus x square minus x square. So it is a 0 only. remaining two terms we have to write as it is, plus 3x plus 1. So whatever the new polynomials, its first term is divided by the divisor polynomials first term. So minus x cube divided by x cube. So we get the minus 1, which is our second term of the quotient polynomial. And whatever the second term of the quotient polynomial is multiplied with the divisor polynomials all term. So one by one we multiply x cube into minus 1. So it is a minus x cube. 0x square into minus 1. So we get the 0 into any term. So it is a 0 only. Minus 3x into minus 1, so plus 3x. Plus 1 into minus 1, so we get the minus 1. Now change all these three, all the terms 9. Minus is become a plus, plus is become minus, plus is become minus, and minus is become a plus. Now add them. So minus x cube plus x cube is a 0 only. These two terms is a 0 only. Plus 3x minus 3x is a 0. But here plus 1 plus 1. So we get the plus 2. Right? So it means at last we get the remainder as a 2. So in that case, here our remainder is not a 0. Remainder is not equal to 0. It means what? That x cube minus 3x plus 1 is not a factor of that given p of f. So in answer we have to mention hence as we define r of x is not equal to 0, hence x cube minus 3x plus 1 is not a factor of x raised to 5 minus 4x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 1. Okay, so that way we can define the first polynomial is a factor of the second polynomial or not based on the remainder polynomial is 0 or not. Okay, if remainder polynomial is 0, then it is a factor. If it is not 0, then it is not a factor. Okay. Hello students. Standard 10, chapter number 2, polynomials, exercise 2.3, question number 3 we have to discuss. See, in every exam, most of the times from the chapter number 2, 3 marks questions is done. So that question number 3 is like a 3 marks question. Okay, and you have to do the more and more practice like that type of sums. So you get the 3 marks. Okay. Now for solving that question, first of all we have to understand the question. Here the question is given: obtain all the other zeros of that polynomial. Observe that polynomial's degree is what? That polynomial's degree is 4. Right? So here they said about the zeros. If degree is 4, then you get the at most 4 zeros. At most, how many zeros you get? 4 zeros are given. So in that, if 2 of its zeros are given here, root 5 by 3 and minus root 5 by 3. Okay, 2 zeros already given, right? And from the given polynomial, we can say there are at most 4 zeros are there. So as per the question, we have to obtain all other zeros. So we can say if the 2 zeros are given, so how many zeros are remaining? 2 zeros are remaining, which we have to find out. Okay, and for finding out the remaining 2 zeros, we require the quadratic polynomial, because quadratic polynomial's degree is 2 and quadratic polynomial have at most 2 zeros are there. Okay, so if, as I told you, first of all understand the question. Question is given. In a given question, there is a polynomial is given whose degree is 4, and based on that, as per the question, 2 zeros already given. So remaining 2 zeros we have to find out. Okay, so we have to start from here. Whatever the in a question given, that we have to start from there. So in a question they give that given polynomials 2 zeros are this one. So zeros, how we can write? Given polynomials variable is x. So here we can say here x is equal to first zero is a root 5 by 3 and x is equal to second zero is a minus root 5 by 3 are zeros of given p of x, and p of x is this one, right? This thing is given in the question, right? Its zeros are this one. So we mention that thing x is equal to root 5 by 3 and x is equal to minus root 5 by 3 are the zeros of the given p of x. Now zeros are given, so we can define its factor. How we can define its factor? That root 5 by 3 if we take in the left hand side, so it has become a minus root 5 by 3. This one is the first factor. Same way from the second zero we can define its another factor. Minus root 5 by 3 comes to the left hand side of the equal to, so it is become a plus. So x plus root 5 by 3 r is a factor of given p of x. These are the two factors of the given p of x. Now see, observe that two factors. X minus root 5 by 3, x plus root 5 by 3. So this is like a minus b into a plus b. So in identity there we describe whenever a minus b into a plus b, so it is a square minus b square. And you can, if you multiply inside that way all terms, so you get that term a square minus b square. So here we can write a is what, x square minus, here d is what, root 5 by 3 or square is a factor of p of x, given p of x. Right? Now observe, this is the x square. Now here root 5 by 3 square, the square and square root is cancel out, so we get the x square minus 5 by 3 is a factor of given p of x. Okay, so it means what, this x square minus 5 by 3 is a factor of that p of x, right? So whenever you divide, then you get the remainder as a 0. Okay, and whatever you get the quotient, it's 0. You have to find out which are the your remaining two zeros. Okay, as we define in our question number 2, whenever any polynomial is a factor of the another polynomial, then you get the remainder as a 0. So from the given question, these are the two zeros is given. So from these zeros we define this one is a factor of the given p of x. So that's why you can say its remainder is a 0. So we have to do the division. X square minus 5 by 3, and this is a 3x raised to 4. Given polynomial is this one, 3x raised to 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. We have to divide by x square minus 5 by 3. X square minus 5 by 3. So for finding out the first term of the quotient term, right? Here the x square minus 5 by 3 is there. So here we have to write in a standard form. So we can say plus 0 into x minus 5 by 3. Now for finding out the first term of the quotient, whatever the given p of x first term, we have to divide by the divisor polynomial's first term. So 3x raised to 4 divided by x square, so we get the 3x square. Now whatever 3x square we get, we have to multiply with the divisor polynomials all terms. So here I mentioned that 3x square is multiplied with the divisor polynomials all terms, x square plus 0x minus 5 by 3. If you multiply inside of all these three terms, so 3x square into x square, 3x raised to 4, 3x square into 0 into x, so we get the 0x cube. Now here minus, plus minus minus, 3x square into 5 by 3. That is important. Okay, 3x square into 5 by 3. So what we get? These two term as it is, 3x raised to 4 plus 0 into x cube. But here 3 is cancel out. So we get the minus 5x square. Now that all these three terms we have to put here. So 3x raised to 4 plus 0 into x cube minus 5x square. Now all these three terms sign we have to change. Plus is become minus, plus is become minus, minus is become a plus. Now we have to add all terms. So 3x raised to 4 minus 3x raised to 4 is a 0 only. Plus 6x cube minus 0 into x cube. That term is become a 0 only. So we get the plus 6x cube. Then after minus 2x square plus 5x square. Plus minus minus. So 5 minus 2 is a 3. But bigger number sign we have to take. So we get the plus 3x square. Remaining two terms we have to write as it is minus 10x minus 5. Now whatever the new polynomial we get, its first term divided by the divisor polynomial first term. So we get the second term of the quotient, right? So second term of quotient we get new polynomial's first term. It means 6x cube is divided by the first term of the divisor is x square. So we get the 6x. So second term of the quotient is what? 6x. 6x plus 6x we have to write here. And that 6x is multiplied with the all terms of the divisor. So 6x in bracket x square plus 0 into x minus 5 by 3. So multiply inside 6x into x square. So 6x cube. 6x into 0 into x. 0 into 6 means 0 only. X into x means x square. 6x into minus 5 by 3. So here I write one more step. 6x into minus 5 by 3 means minus 6x into 5 by 3. So here also 3 2s are. So 2 into 5 is 10. So at last we get the 6x cube plus 0 into x square minus 10x. So that all three terms we have to write here. 6x cube plus 0 into x square minus 10x. Now we have to change the sign. Plus is become minus, plus is become minus, minus is become a plus. Okay, so plus 6x cube minus 6x is a 0 only. That term is 0. 0 into x square means 0. So we get the plus 3x square. Here minus 10x plus 10x is a 0 only. Remaining term it is a minus 5. We have to write. Now again 3x square and here is x square. So it is divisible. So third term of the question. Third term of question. For that, whatever the new polynomial first term, 3x square, we have to divide by the divisor polynomial first term, which is a x square. So x square cancel out, we get the 3 only. Now that plus 3 we have to put here third term of the question, and that 3 is multiplied with the divisor polynomials all term, x square plus 0 into x minus 5 by 3. If it is multiplied inside, so first term we get the 3x square, here 3 into 0x means we get the 0 into x, and 3 into minus 5 by 3 means minus 3 in bracket 5 by 3. So 3 3's cancel out. So at last we get the 3x square plus 0 into x minus 5. So that thing we have to write 3x square plus 0 into x, or it means 0 minus 5. Now change the sign. Plus is become minus, minus is become a plus. So this addition is 0, that one is 0, and here is a 0. Right? So that way we get the remainder is 0, but quotient we get the 3x square plus 6x plus 3. So for finding remaining zeros, what you have to do, whatever the quotient polynomial is equal to, you have to take the 0. So q of x is equal to 0. Right? Q of x here we get the 3x square plus 6x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now observe, this is a quadratic polynomial, right? And quadratic polynomial vector, how we can define? Here constant term is a 3 and x square coefficient is a 3. So product we required 9. And sum we required 6. That way we have to find out the factor of the 9. Right? So 9 factor is what? 3 3s are. If we take the plus 3x and plus 3x, so its multiplication we get the 9x square, and its summation we get the 6x. So its two factor is 3x square plus 3x plus 3x, and constant term as it is equal to 0. From the first two terms, 3x we can take as a common out, so we get the x plus 1 is the remaining term. From the last two terms, plus 3 is a common out, so we get the x plus 1 is the remaining term, is equal to 0. From the both the terms, x plus 1 we can take as a common out, so we get the x plus 1 into 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. So these are the two factor of the q of x. 3x square plus 6x plus 3 is two factor is what? X plus 1 into 3x plus 3. So it means what? Either first factor is equal to 0 or second factor 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. So plus 1 is goes to the right hand side, it is become a minus 1. Right? So x is equal to minus 1, we get the one of the value. Another one, plus 3 is goes to the right hand side, become a minus 3. And this 3 is goes to the right hand side, so minus 3 by 3. So we get the minus 1. So here we get the two value of x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to minus 1. Right? So these are the two remaining zeros. As per the question, find out the all other zeros. So two zeros already given in a question, and remaining two zeros are what? Minus 1 and minus 1. So at last in our answer we have to mention other zeros of given p of x is what? 3x raised to 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5 are minus 1 and minus 1. Two remaining zeros are minus 1 and minus 1. Right? So that question is asked for the 3 marks. This is the first part. This division is the second part, and remaining zeros finding out is the third part.